Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Chris Olivier. This is my channel, Best Day Ever Today, and this is the second of 12 episodes called #Amputee, where we talk everything amputee. Coming right up. What's going on? It's been a week since I've seen you. It's great to be here again. And as promised, today we're going to talk about a hack to make life a little easier as an amputee. We all know that equipment can be quite expensive, and I want to make it absolutely and abundantly clear that there is absolutely no substitute for good quality equipment. If you can, go for the best that you can. It is good for safety, for comfort, for mobility. There's just no reason against and a million reasons for having the best and the right equipment. But however, at times, sometimes maybe I've got too little for a specific piece of equipment and I need a step up situation or time period, and I just don't have the budget. And certainly for me in the beginning, there just wasn't budget for everything, so I had to take my time in having different aspects of my prosthetic leg made up. The one thing that I really hated about my prosthetic leg initially is that when I'd walk in the wind with my trousers on, my jeans, then typically what would happen is, we all know what I'm talking about, the wind blows it, it thins out, it just doesn't look good, you know, I just didn't feel comfortable. Initially I didn't even think about it, and then the more I did, and one day I was walking towards a big window shopping pane, and I saw the reflection. I thought, no, that just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look, it looks out of balance. And from that moment onwards, I just felt not so good, just felt a little off balance and not exactly as comfortable. But anyway, I went to my prosthetist and inquired about how can we deal with this, how can we fix it? And the answer is, it's called the COSMESIS. It's something that more or less resembles the shape of your, for me, I'm a through knee amputee, so something that more or less resembles the shape of your calf, so that it looks in balance. So when you look at the two legs, either from the side or basically from the front, it looks more or less the same. It looks balanced as I wanted it to look. And as we know, if the wind is blowing, you get the one side and it looks really good, and the other side it looks funny. It just didn't feel right. So I wanted to sort that out. So I said, okay, cool, let's make one. And eventually I figured out a way to do that I use to this day. I will, when the budget is there, and I've had my leg, the one that I told you about, that I'm going to have made up now, that I'm so excited about, and I'm going to take you on that journey with me. If you didn't follow the last vlog, I'm going to take you from beginning to end, and that whole vlog under the 12 video series called #Amputee, and it's #amped, as in I feel amped, putee, #amputee, right here. Anyway, to get back to why I'm here this morning is, so I decided I'm gonna have to make one, and thought about a couple of things and tried some styrofoam, tape and bubble wrap, and eventually I found quite a simple solution that I want to share with you this morning. And that is something that is mobile. I can switch from leg to leg like this. I don't have to take off the foot. If I change from my jeans into shorts, then I don't have to unscrew the foot and slide it off. I can simply transplant my solution from the one leg to the next. It's easy to pack, it folds up really small. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Good sock. A second good sock. I have this piece of cloth. I chose this fabric specifically because it's so nice and soft and quite malleable. Anyway, it works well. So what you're gonna do, what you want to do is, the first thing is to take your piece of fabric, your piece of cloth, and fold it. And this is my old faithful. It is my my caterpillar of legs. It just goes anywhere. It doesn't break. It's rock solid. I've been wearing it for like a really long time. It is my go-to leg when I rough it out in the wild, and I like it because it's taken mud, it's taken water splashes, it's just been in a ton of situations with me. So I'm going to show you on this leg how I perform this operation. So what you want to do is you want to measure more or less the distance from the top to the bottom. I'd say this is about a foot, or in other terms 30 centimeters, 300 millimeters. Set this aside. We'll come back to this in a moment. Then take take your cloth, start folding it, fold it, and find a length that forms more or less your distance. As I said, your distance, that would be your foot or your 300 millimeters or 30 centimeters. What I do is I do a bit of a roll. So I'd fold it, and I guess this is about, I think this is about it. This is perfect, this is about right. Then what I do is I kind of roll it from the top down, and I'll show you why in a moment. I'll come back to that bit. There we go. Now I flip it in half like this, just make it easier to wrap. Get some space. Put the leg here. The second part you'll need is a good sock. So you'll take your sock, scissors. And what you want to do is to cut the tip off the sock like this. Take this bit, don't need that. So you have this, and it's of a similar length. It's also about, make sure you measure it beforehand, also about a foot. Okay, let's make this sucker. What you want to do now is you want to take your sock and pull it over the foot. You like this? You like this? Trail run, or like trail walk, trail crutch, trail hop. Alright, so let's get back to business. Before you pull it over, make sure that you've got the stretchy bit, the bit that is nice and tight, going over first. So we're going to pull it over, pull it through, there we go, till you've got it about here, and then keep it down in the ankle position. Now we want to take the towel and we're going to roll it on. So I fold it about halfway just to make the rolling easier, and then pull it over. And the reason why I do the fold over at the top is to give it a thicker feeling at the top, because our calf muscle is thicker at the top than it is at the ankle. Take the sock again, the cut off sock, and I pull it over the whole lot here. There we go. As you can see, it's nice and tight, nice and snug. Pull it up, and okay, there we go. So you guys remember me saying that you want to form a calf, and that's what gives you the appearance of a calf. So you just smooth all of this out nicely. At the bottom here, it doesn't really matter if it's slightly lumpy. I don't have very thick legs, so this more or less resembles my leg. That looks more or less right. So there you can see it, it's nice and tight. Remember to keep the tighter bit at the top so that you can cover it up nicely. Remember to form your calf. There it is, form your calf. Remember, you can have your jeans hanging over this, so it's just about having this shape, the shape more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect. I can tell you from a distance, nobody's going to tell the difference between a maybe an amputee. I don't know, maybe, because we're tight that way. Make sure that your knee can flex nicely, that it doesn't impede it in any way, because you don't want to impede or compromise your mobility or the action of the leg in any sort of way. Alright, we're almost done. We're going to take the second sock, the one that you're actually going to wear on the shoe, and we're going to pull it on. And there we go. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to pull this over this part so that it does fit nice and tight. Put it around and play with it until you have the kind of shape that you want. And that's it, guys. There's your homemade COSMESIS. As I said, you can take it off easily. I mean, it took me a bit longer now to make this than it normally does, because I could put this whole thing on the table and it was just a little more difficult to handle. But when I put it on the bed and I lie down flat, it's absolutely fine. So something else that I do, maybe if you're afraid that it's going to slip down, is I take a cable tie and I pull it nice and tight up here, so it keeps everything nice and tight, nice and compact. Okay, there we go. There you can see. Turn it around. There it is. Nicely shaped calf muscle. your shoe down here, your boot, fits good. I'll tell you, nobody's going to tell the difference. You're going to feel more balanced and better. And your action is all good, which is really, really important, guys. Please make absolutely sure that this cannot interfere with the mechanism. I've been doing this for years and I've never had an incident where things have gone wrong. Okay, that's my hack for today. I have a bunch of them, a ton of hacks that I'll be bringing to you guys over time. Some will save you a lot of money, some will just save you little money, some will save you effort and time, and some are just pretty cool. It'll just make life easier. Okay, thanks for watching. That's it for today. It's Sunday, it's a beautiful day. So I'm going to get out there and do a little filming of walking on different surfaces, more particularly on obstacle avoiding. So keep your eyes open after this video for hints and tips on how to avoid obstacles with your prosthetic leg and how to recover should you stumble. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.